Live from Camp Briteside in Georgetown, Texas, this is the Eagle Nation Coaches Show with head coach Chuck Griffin. Camp Briteside, located at 8701 Rural Route 2338 or Williams Drive in Georgetown, Texas, is the host of this year's show. And now, here's the voice of your Georgetown Eagles, Wally Harmon.
We're live here at Camp Briteside for the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. A week off last week. We were out at the track watching football on a Wednesday night, but tonight back to the norm here at Camp Briteside, and it's another great week. You're back after a win over the Chaparral Bobcats on Thursday night last week in Killeen, a 56-7 win, and Georgetown improves their record in district undefeated, 4-1 overall on the year. Yeah, that's right. 4-1 overall in the year. And now a big contest on Friday night back home. The first of 3 weeks at Birkelback Field. I'm here with Doppler Dave tonight. I'm Wally Harmon, brought to you by Camp Briteside. Thank you to Camp Briteside and to their staff for making this all happen each and every week and bringing it to you live here on the patio. What a night. The wind blowing in and cooling off a little bit. But, Dave, another big win for this Eagle team, 2-0 in district, and another big challenge this week as the Rouse Raiders come into Birkelback Field. But right where you want to be if you as a fan looking at it at 2-0 in district. You got two big wins right off the bat, and now the contest moves to Birkelback for 3 weeks. Home, a visitor on the 17th against Eastview, and then home again against Glenn. So you get to kind of settle in here, this Eagle team. But, man, some good things we saw from week 1 in district to week 2.
Yeah, you really couldn't have scripted any better for the season so far. You had a good, I think a good off, non-district play. You learned a lot, and now in district, you're 2-0, and now you don't have any yellow dog buses for the next 3 weeks. You've got a kind of a home field advantage, and so it's lined out really well. These youngsters have put in the work in the off season and preseason and all of that, and now you're starting to see all of that pay off in a big way because now they're sitting in a good situation to really leapfrog towards AT&T Stadium.
You gotta start the run somewhere, and Georgetown has done it through the first 2 weeks of district. A lot of improvements we saw in week 2 against a Chaparral Bobcat team, some athletes on that team, but you got some answers from week 1 to work on things, and man, that special teams did a great job. The defense starting to find that niche for these players, the younger players with that varsity experience, starting to find the positions, the right places to be at the right times. And then, of course, the players you expect to be out there making plays for this offense on both sides of the ball and on defense. But some good things. And you like to see the progress. And the way Coach looks, we talk to him week after week, there's always something to work on. But, man, the answers from week 1 to week 2 were pretty bright to look at there against Chaparral on Thursday night.
Right, you feel like the defense, and I said this a couple of times on the sideline, I felt like the defense is growing up right in front of us. It starts at home, great parents, and then you've got great coaching staff and bright young children, and they are learning lots. They're soaking it in, and now they've got several games under their belts, and you just feel like they've really come into their own. We've talked with Tennyson Dean about it last week, and this is their defense. It's them. It's not last year's defense. They're doing really well, and it's been fun to watch them mature and a lot of improvement.
And you go back to the week before bye week against Copper's Cove, the changes at halftime, the defense we saw take shape that second half against Copper's Cove, and the run they've been on defensively in the first 2 weeks is a lot of that growth right in front of your eyes. And now another test, as you got a very talented quarterback. We'll talk with Coach Griffin about that coming in from Rouse, and some talent on that Rouse Raider team, and a potent offense that's willing to hang it out there. They throw for over 300 yards a game. They like to throw it and hit the big play. And so it'll be a challenge for this defense in another way outside these talented running backs. And they'll have a running game but they'll like to throw it out there. And so you'll see another challenge for this team and another challenge for this offense, a Rouse Raider team that's going to be better than what you've seen in the last couple of weeks defensively. And how do you answer that call? And then you turn around and you don't waste any time, right, with an Eastview team with a linebacking core that can make some noise. And then you have the Glen Grizzlies coming in. So you've got some weeks to work on things, a couple of challenges, but it never gets easier in district play.
Yeah, it's always definitely it's a meat grinder like we've heard in the past about this Georgetown's district. Not to look ahead, but Eastview is always that competition across town. And then the Glen Grizzlies, we took care of them last year, and they're going to want to come to our house. So we've got to make sure that we don't sleep on any of that. So a lot of fun, exciting football coming up, and coaches earning their pay.
Speaking of Eastview, we will point out last night they went into Georgetown High School and lost in 3 sets to the Georgetown Lady Eagles. And so we appreciate their attendance at the game. But the Lady Eagles, man, they took off after set number 1. They won it 25-22 in a back-and-forth match. Eastview always plays up against Georgetown in volleyball. But then Georgetown kind of opened it up, 25-10, 25-9, and they are alone in sole possession of first place in district as they go through run number 2. Tomorrow night they'll be live at Elgin to take on the Elgin Wildcats, who are currently second from the bottom in district. And so you don't look ahead to wins, but should be a quick 3-and-out in Elgin and come back home for a big matchup next week at home for Georgetown. But a good win, too. Coach Jenny Richardson, her 580th career win last night. And so congrats to her. That number, it's amazing how fast that number grows for her each and every year. This program continues to get better and better and better. And when you think, it's like, man, this team's not as good as last year's team, and then the run they get on, and then the big win over Weiss, and then the big win, and it just keeps going. So congrats to the Lady Eagle volleyball team. And I tell you what, some of the student body was a fun time last night. The baseball boys, the Blue Crew is now stepping up and seems to be branching out. These kids coming out to support the other sports. And last night, Eastview's student body got very quiet after the first set, and the Georgetown student body did not get quiet. They continued the ruckus through all 3 sets. So it's fun just to be in that atmosphere. A great turnout last night for the elementary middle school night to honor the faculty members as well. But a shout out to Coach Jenny Richardson and the Lady Eagles. But it's football talk tonight. We'll take a quick break. We let him finish his dinner now, and they got some preparation to baby time there with Coach Yeager's little one. And so we'll get Coach Griffin up with us here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show right after this break from Camp Briteside. Stay with us.
Visit Camp Briteside and enjoy great food and drinks in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drinks, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Ranch Road 2338 Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the host of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show each Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food and fun like nowhere else in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
For all the fly fishing, hunting, and outdoor enthusiasts, River and Ranch Provisions is your one-stop shop for the gear you need. River and Ranch offers a large selection of outdoors and hunting supplies. Cody, Brad, Sam, and Tim have put together a high-end outdoors outfitter with high-quality services to make everyone feel welcome and important, regardless of your experience level. Come see what we have to offer at 807 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown or visit our website at rrpgtx.com.
Back live here at Camp Briteside, the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. And, Coach, a good win. You went in against a team like the Bobcats, some athletes out there, but Georgetown took control from the beginning. And what a performance. Some good things we saw. You can always find, as the coach, something to work on, something to improve, something to focus on for this team. But, man, that special teams did a great job last week answering the call after a couple of things here and there against Leander. But what a job and a big 56-7 win over the Bobcats.
Yeah, extremely proud of our kids and how well they're playing. They kind of put all 3 phases of the game together the other night and did a great job. So, man, we're excited about where they are and how they're playing.
Georgetown on the road at Killeen. It was the first time at Chaparral Stadium, a different feel. Sometimes you wonder how these kids will react on the road and everything. It seemed like they locked in. This intensity that we saw coming out against Leander at home to open up district, seemed to continue last week.
Yeah.
Seems like these kids are finding that niche of who this team is.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of where we're at this time of year is kind of figuring out who we are, how do we play, how do we get together, how do we practice, all those kind of things. And so, they're beginning to figure that stuff out. And we challenge them on that. You never know going in a stadium like that. Brand new, never been there, is incredible stadium. But also, sometimes you go to a town like that's got 5 high schools and nobody shows up to the games, So we kind of prep them for, hey, there might be 73 kids in the stands, and you're going to have to bring your own energy and you're going to have to lock in and be ready to go. And they did a great job. And Colleen, Chaparral had a great crowd anyway. But, our kids did a great job, focused up and bringing energy and playing hard right from the get-go.
To touch back on special teams real quick, you've got a couple of kickers back there, but you've got they've both got unique legs. The field goal and the extra point, he seems like he's got a really good leg. Talk about that.
Yeah, Sammy and Liam both are doing a great job, and they kind of both do different things, and sometimes we'll have them on the field at the same time, and sometimes they're one at a time depending on what we're going to do on kickoff. But, part of that stuff, we want to be good and create advantages for us. And one of those advantages is if we give them a lot of different things to think about, then they got a lot of different things to work on during the week. So that benefits us.
A lot of different looks on the extra points, the 2-point conversions. It's kind of unfair when you put a Jet Walker back there besides a couple of other players and then just good luck one-on-one. But then you've got the leg, the field goal. For the kicker that's come in, number 30, I want you to say his last name.
Galaviz. Sammy Galaviz.
I've been saying it wrong. I just wanted to make sure. I've been saying Galaviz. So Galaviz, it's kind of opened it up, the opportunity there for a longer field goal attempt if needed. How big is that with this offense and in the games like we run into to have that ability?
We challenge. Our goal is to end every possession in a kick, right? We want to kick an extra point, we want to kick a field goal, or we want to punt, right? No turnover. So end every possession in the kick. So having the ability to kick a field goal is important.
And have a punter back there like Brother Westfall did a great job of flipping the field the other night.
Twice.
How big is that?
Yeah, that's huge. Twice he flipped the field the other night, and didn't have to punt till the end of the game in the fourth quarter, and he flipped the field both times, so that was great to see.
Players upon players stepping up, names coming out. Johnny Decker, we talked about Bollinger, the 2 safeties stepping up. Gavin Smith, Easton Smith. Lineker comes back off an injury, makes a big sack and a fumble recovery. And then this offense, the names start continuing to explode when you have your weapons like a Walker, a Warren, the McDougal. Then you have this Braylon Bratton come out all of a sudden, and he's tearing it up now that he's healthy. How big is that for this offense to continue to open it up, knowing all those weapons that they've got to prepare for?
Yeah. When you look at Copeland Madre, he's played really well, and Xavier is playing really well, and Jet's playing really well, and Braylon is playing well, and now Braden's just come on the scene and is playing well, and Regan Terosian's been Mr. Consistent. All of that stuff, that just makes it more difficult to prepare for. So, proud of our kids, and they're doing a great job.
How do you keep the focus this week, next week, knowing there's a fall break coming? Friday, no school, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. Practices still continue. How do you keep the focus there when these kids still get that break from school, but to keep them in the weight room, to keep them on the field and ready to go?
We're going to practice.
That sounds like one of my answers.
We're just going to practice. They don't have class, but they still got football practice. So, it doesn't really change. We're playing on Friday, and we got practice Monday and Tuesday. So, they'll get to, go home, take a nap. But, other than that, that's about it. So, it's kind of, if you play basketball, you don't get Christmas break. If you play baseball, you don't get spring break, and now that they've created this fall break thing, you don't get a fall break if you play football.
And those football players that play baseball don't get a fall break or spring break. So
it's part of it.
Tonight, Georgetown playing in their fall ball night against Vandergrift. Some of the players playing both sports, working at that. You see Kate Erickson, Gavin Smith over there.
Yep.
You keep these kids locked in, and now the focus continues to grow. How do you keep it from becoming mundane to these kids this far into the season?
Well, that's hard to do because there's a new challenge every week, right? So you got to prepare every week. The biggest deal is making sure that they are focused and prepared, not looking, down the road or just going through the motions. That you got to show up and you got to be ready to go. You got to be ready to compete. You got to be ready to practice every day. So all of that's a big part of it.
And so far into the season now, you've got to have more film from the other teams that they're probably sending over, and that's got to be fun too from a coaching perspective to be able to show them so many different things from the other opponent.
Yeah, absolutely. It just kind of reveals who the other teams are and to be able to show them those kind of things and get them prepared. Now, obviously, it puts some more on their plate from a preparation standpoint. They get a lot more to prepare for. They're not watching one game. They've got 5 games to watch. So that's big, and we try to help them with that. We try to break the film down in certain aspects, like edible bites, so that they're not overwhelmed with it. But that's a challenge. We've got great kids from that standpoint, and we want to challenge them on that is to watch film. And when I was growing up, the only place you could watch film was with a coach on the 8mm projector. So it's completely different now, and those kids can watch it on their phone. So. We want to put it out to them where they can watch film and get themselves ready.
And sit there in downtime in class and look at it.
Well, they can't do that anymore. No phones.
Oh, that's right.
Phones
that's right.
anymore in school, so they don't get to do that anymore.
That's what someone told me the other day. Amber Alerts are the new key to catching kids that have their phones at school, because you can't shut off unless you change your settings. And so, but it seems to be a good keeping them free from distractions in the classroom to help the focus be there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's great. And to be honest, I think they're much relieved. I think there's a difference in them because they're not tied to this, for so many hours a day. So it's a good thing.
This Rouse Raider team comes in on Friday night at Birkelback Field at 7 p.m. What do we expect out of them? I know they've got a talented quarterback that's running the ship there for the Raiders, but what do we expect out of Coach Mann and the Raiders?
Man, a really well-coached football team. Coach Mann does a tremmendous job, and he's been there a long time, and he does a great job coaching those guys, and so they're going to be coached really well. Offensively, London does a great job with the ball. He's a real deal quarterback, and he's athletic. He can run. He can throw. He can make you miss in the backfield and kind of stand around and run around back there and make you cover for a long time. He's got lots of tools, and he kind of makes them go. So we got to do a good job containing him and trying to get him off platform and make him throw the ball when he's not ready and all those kind of things. So that's a big challenge for our defense is to try to do that. And then offensively, that's Coach Mann's baby. That's what he likes to do. So we've got to do a good job of picking up all the stunts and the fronts and the things that they're going to throw at us because they try to throw a lot of different stuff at us.
So I'm always going to give you the funny questions, but do you ever go back with the team and look at in the record books and show them old footage of maybe the 2012 game? And, hey, there's some cool history between Rouse and Georgetown. We beat Rouse to go to state. Is it kind of fun to – you ever –
We don't get to do that much, just one time. That's a big deal, time constraint, and then two, that film is not on the same platform that we use anymore, so we'd have to figure out a way to do that, but there is some out there, obviously, and it'd be fun to show them those kind of things, when we got some time.
Yeah.
Midway through the season, now to the facilities, the change that came in the classroom there in the locker room area right by the locker room. How big is that becoming an asset to this team and helping them prepare each and every week, all the things you guys did to upgrade?
Yeah, I think it's great. Our defense gets to sit in there, Friday morning especially, and we've got a huge screen now where they can stand up and they can move and line up and make checks and all those kind of things and really kind of play defense in there in the classroom. And our offense has used the turf room forever to do that, and now our defense has an opportunity to do that too. So those have been great. We use that. We're in that classroom every single day, and we've got several different film stations in there, and then, of course, we can open it up and have a really big film station as well. So it's great, man. We appreciate all the people that helped us do that and the fundraising and those kind of things that came in to help us do that. That was tremendous.
So you've got it in the classroom and the big room.
No, the big room is just us walking through. We kind of have a tradition down there for whatever reason. The boys, doesn't matter how cold it is or how hot it is, they go down there in just their shorts, no shoes, no shirt, and they walk through on Friday morning. It's kind of the Georgetown thing, and it's cool. They know what to do, and the people in front of them have done it, and they do it, and they kind of hold to that tradition. So it's cool to see.
And then Friday mornings, the run through they go through is so fun to watch through the early morning workout in the weight room to get the blood flowing, and then the breakfast there in the classroom. Got to give a shout-out to Texas Honeyham, what they've done to help provide the breakfast tacos and making a deal with the Booster Club. And man, they're good breakfast tacos, great place. And they have been the best. And so we do appreciate Texas Honeyham there on Williams Drive, just down the street of what they've done to help support and get out in the community, become involved. And so we do appreciate them. David and I went and made sure we had some breakfast tacos this morning, make sure they were on par, ready for Friday. And so they were good too. But I'm going to use one question that I'm going to save. I was given a new question for the boys to interview, but I got to use it on you as well before I let you go. If your wife played football, what position would she play?
Ooh, man.
Think long and hard about that.
Yeah.
As she sits
Yeah.
right across from us.
I don't know.
You can think about it till next week if you do.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm even going to go down that road, man. So
I had to put you on the spot.
Yeah. That's I don't think I'm even going to go down that road right there. So
not many questions he's ever not been able to answer. That was one. I'm proud of that one.
No answer on that one.
Credit to the question there. That was wonderful. I appreciate it. 7 o'clock Friday night at Birkelback Field. The Georgetown Eagles will bring in and face off against the Rouse Raiders. Come join us live. We'll have the pregame at the tailgate over at the edge of the baseball field before the stadium. Come and join us at 5 o'clock. Another company in the town providing a meal and a tailgate opportunity to support these kids as the coaches and kids walk through. But it'll be fun on Friday night, and the weather continues to fall into that fall time period, and we can't wait. The cold front, I think, is coming Saturday morning, so it'll be fun to bring.
And don't forget Pep Rally tomorrow morning at 9, not Friday.
That is right, because there is no school on Friday, but we'll have breakfast in the locker room, 9 o'clock, with the boys before the walkthrough. So we'll give Coach a break. We'll take a quick timeout. We come back. We're going to have to get some gaff tape to cover up the illegal logo on Caleb McDougall's shirt, but we'll bring up your quarterback, Caleb McDougall, here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show, live from Camp Briteside. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Visit Camp Briteside and enjoy great food and drinks in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drinks, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Ranch Road, 2338 Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the host of the Eagle Nation.
Back live here at Camp Briteside, Eagle Nation Coaches Show, joined now by number 12 on the varsity offense, your junior quarterback, Caleb McDougall, joins us now. And Caleb, the year continues to go for you guys, and it seems like this offense is just getting into that groove more and more each week. Jet back at the backfield with you, but then you've got the weapons with Stewart and with Guyton. And then this wide receiver core that you, the other night, at some point, there was a stat that Holden was talking about during the game of, at some point, 7 receivers in the first half or right into the second half had at least one completion. Yeah. How big is that for you at the second year at the helm? You've settled in. It's a second year to run this offense. But to have a wide receiver core like that, knowing you have the weapon and Xavier Warren and Copa Madre on the outside, but all these weapons in between that, that you can go to at any point, knowing you also have the machine behind you in Jet Walker.
Yeah, it's great to be back. It's a great year. Like, I'm feeling good to be back, and just the depth around me is making it easy because I know I got multiple guys that I can go to who to execute that play and do the right thing. And then with the running backs in the backfield, like having 3 especially, like we get tired, we can rotate in real quick. Someone gets a shot of water, and then I just know that passing game's not on. We got a running game.
This offensive line has kept you from being sacked this season.
Yep.
How big is that in the confidence you're building in that offensive line? You've got the 2 anchors on the outside that you're used to.
Yeah.
You had them there last year in Cher and Sam Lopez. But now with the 3 new starters this year and the job that they're doing, opening holes, protecting you, knocked down here and there, been hit, but no sacks on the season. Yeah. How big is that for you to be comfortable behind that offensive line and be able to do what you want to do behind the line?
Yeah, I definitely had to build that trust with the 3 new people. Like I knew Cade and Sam got my back, and then throughout the spring and fall, I just knew that those inside 3 were gonna step up and take on that role. And then, I mean, they're giving me enough time to get the ball off, and even when sometimes they get through, but it's just enough time to get the ball off, and that works.
You and I talked last night at volleyball, and we were talking about the second interception of the year.
Yep.
A great number to look at. At this point last year, I was talking to your dad before. I think it was only one.
Yep.
Came off a tip ball. And we were talking about it in the booth. We were trying to decide, was it there's a receiver lower in Westfall, and you see what Warren Long? Was it hanging it out? And you and I had that conversation. A lot of time. It seems like you're getting several times during a game, you're getting a lot of time to make decisions and look to it. How big is that to keep from that interception number going up? Only 2 through 6 games is pretty good for you.
Yeah, it's just having that O-line keeping me safe back there, and it makes me comfortable, and I can make the right reads, deliver a good ball. And then on that one, I just left a little high, and then 99% of balls high over the middle get picked off. So a little mishap there, but other than that, like just that time and being able to be comfortable is really helping me out.
One thing you said last night when we were talking, you went to each player on the offense after that interception and took ownership of that and said, that's on me, that's on me. How much does that prep you and push you then on the next possession? That defense held. No points were scored by the Bobcats. You guys come right back out. What does that do to push you and motivate you to, hey, the trust they know I made the mistake and I'm going to fix it, and then to lead this offense?
I think just the second year here, like I got that confidence now. I'm not like the little guy around. And just I want them to know that I got their back because I messed up. And then I'll get them next drive, and we win and score. So.
And this offense did it multiple times last week, 56-7 in your year 2. If you look back to year 1 at this point, before we went on the road to take on Rouse, now we're bringing Rouse into the stadium. How much different is it? How much more comfortable you are this year as a junior over last year after the battle that went on for the starting quarterback position through the spring and into the fall? But as a junior, having that year under your belt, the success you guys had, how much more comfortable are you, or is it a challenge for yourself to continue to push yourself even better?
I feel like I'm more comfortable in the offense, like understanding everything. I can do a few more things now just because from the experience I've had. And then also knowing these defenses from last year, like what they're going to do, their schemes and all that. I'm like the nervousness is still there, but it's not as much as it was last year, especially the first few games. And then I just feel like I really settled in with the coaches and knowing what we're trying to do as an offense.
So it all starts with that offensive line, and we keep going back to it, but that's where it starts. But that so much protection. How many reads do you get to go through, kind of on average? You know, scanning which one of your stars is open. You distribute the ball to. You know,
I usually go most plays if it's not like a quick play. I go 1, 2, and 3. I can get all in my third one. Yeah. Like a lot of those crosses across the middle to Braylon and Regan. It's usually my third read. Just seeing that corner and safety, and then seeing the middle of the field come open. I know they're going to be there, and it's usually my third read to get there. I
don't even remember you scrambling very much this year. I mean, you've had so much time in the pocket. You've been blessed with a great O-line.
I think I've only scrambled like once or twice, and I got rocked one time. But
let's limit that. Since he's here, what's your thoughts on your quarterback coach? I'm just joking. You don't have to answer that. As you've gone through this year now, you guys, this offense, the intensity that came out after that come-from-behind win against Copper's Cove, you guys make that drive down at the end. Then you come out with that intensity against Leander, kind of right the wrong from last year, and then go and put it on the Chaparral Bobcats at Killeen. What's the confidence level in this offense right now? It's like you guys are playing with an intensity that has just continued to ramp up week after week.
I think that final drive of the Cove game really set us our confidence, and like that's how we knew we were going to play from there on. And then with all the kids who were on varsity last year knew what it felt like to lose in Leander, and we made sure that the new people on varsity knew that, and kind of all that together just really brought out that intensity Leander week. And then we figured out we can go score 50-plus points, and that kind of just gave everybody the confidence. Everybody knew we could do that. We were capable of doing that, and then just going out there and executing.
And as the season goes on, we've talked about the defense is getting better and better. You almost don't have time to set your helmet down because you may be back on the field like that. They seem to be getting the ball back to y'all much faster now.
Yeah, like after that pick I threw on Thursday night, like they got the ball back and we went down and scored. And they're just picking offense up. Like we might have some struggles, but they're picking this up so we can go make it right in the next drive. And then I feel like whenever they struggle, we play well together. Like we just pick each other up. And then just fixing each other's wrongs.
Yeah. Coach Flo's got to have fun with his playbook. Yeah. I mean, because it's wide open. He's got so many opportunities, a couple of 100-yard rushers behind Jet Walker.
Yeah.
You know, and then the flurry of receivers that you've
yeah.
got out there. And
It seems like you've not hesitated at all in this offense to open up the middle of the field now.
Yeah.
With the weapons like Madre making catches, Regan Terosian across the middle, Braylon Westfall. Now when you add in Bratton, it's like the offense continues to just find more ways to open itself up. How much fun is that, knowing that middle is such a weapon now with all the talent you have to throw to?
It's awesome knowing that, like, the defense can't just pick on or double one guy, because we can get other guys open and exploit their weaknesses. And then being able to use the whole field is awesome, because we don't throw it deep every time. We can just throw a little crosser. Then our receivers can go make somebody miss, and they're going to take it to the house or get good yardage, get a first down. And it's just being comfortable back there and trusting my guys.
You're in the junior year. We've talked to a lot of seniors up here during the coaches' shows. They're in this lax schedule. They're in this this low load of classes. What's the junior like for you in the classroom?
It's actually not that hard. I got ACC. That's probably my hardest classes. And then I got PALS with Coach Laux. That's pretty light. And then math. Pre-cal is easy so far. So I got good grades right now, and it's going good. So
seeing you Tuesday night up in the stands watching Kendall play volleyball on this Eagle volleyball team. The other night I caught you cheating on the coach's sheet. Coach, I don't know if you know about this. He was working on his plays and drawing them out, and all of a sudden he picked up his phone. And I kind of called him out on it, like, wow, I didn't think a quarterback would cheat on this. And he said it wasn't cheating, but you might check some of those plays. But he had them checked by his grandparents, and he seemed to pass all right. But do you ever put it down? Are you able to just go, I'm going to go watch this and not do anything? Is it always continuing to try to better yourself?
Well, I'd rather just get it done so I don't got to do it after the game. Because I can kind of watch and do it at the same time. Just really depends on how much it is or how much I get done before the game. But I really like especially watching film, like just knowing what the defense is going to do and being able to predict what look they're going to give us. Or it goes back to being comfortable in the pocket. Like knowing what they're going to do, it makes me comfortable, and I can go through those reads and make the right decision.
what are you seeing on film right now that we might be interested in about Rouse? Is there anything exciting about their defense that
they got? A few different blitzes that we haven't seen yet that we saw last year, which I remember. And last year we handled those pretty well, and then being able to go through this year, teach those new guys how to handle those, and then me seeing those protections, being able to flip them, and then I feel like our receivers can go exploit their secondary, and we can throw for some good yards, and then getting on those linebackers, Jet, and all the other running backs, Zach and Weston are going to be able to run all night. I like it.
All right. I got to ask you.
Okay.
Your mom's here. If your mom played football, what position would she play? And why?
Okay, she'd play quarterback because she likes to be in control of things.
Now, because you have a twin sister that plays varsity volleyball, how much, does that push you guys? Do you all compete against each other, or are you the biggest supporters of each other to push each other in your selective sports?
This year it's not as bad, but last year we were talking about like leather jackets and all that, and she always bragged that she got one as a freshman for cross country.
I think she also got a state medal.
Yeah, she has a state medal too.
I thought so.
She's got that too.
Yeah. And now you've got yours, and so you both have them. If Kendall played football, what position and why?
I say linebacker because she's pretty slow. Takes her a minute to get stuff, and she doesn't like to listen. So
linebackers don't like to listen. I love it. Any shout outs before I get you out of here?
Shout out Coach Flo, Coach Yeager, Brooks, Code Blue Offense, and my parents.
And I was going to say, the ones that we see 4 times a week with volleyball and football and coach's show and everything else going on. It's number 12, your junior quarterback, Caleb McDougall. Even though he wore his A&M gear tonight. Heard you got to go on the sideline on Saturday.
Yeah.
got to hang out with Hubenek?
Yeah, I got to talk to Hubenek for a little bit.
It's good company.
This interview is officially over. It's brought to you by Camp Briteside. But no, I get to see Caleb several times, and I get to spend all year with him because after football comes baseball. And that's where we'll be headed after the football and basketball season. I'll be headed back over to join him in baseball. So Caleb McDougall joins us now. We'll take a timeout. I see him sitting there. It's Reagan Bollinger, our defensive safety, will join us here on the Coaches Show at Camp Briteside. Stay with us.
Visit Camp Briteside and enjoy great food and drinks in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drinks, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Ranch Road 2338 Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the host of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show each Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food and fun like nowhere else in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
Back live here at Camp Briteside, the Eagle Nation Coaches Show, joined now by number 20 on the defensive side of the ball, Reagan Bollinger. And, man, you and Johnny Decker like hitting people. How much fun are you having back there? And it seems like this defense continues to just concrete itself into being comfortable where you need to be, when you need to be there. How much fun are you having back there? We're having a blast watching you and Decker fly around this field and hit people.
Man, I'm having so much fun back there. Johnny Decker's my dog. I love Johnny. I used to live here. I grew up with Johnny in elementary school, and really this defense has really just grown through Coach Laux' high expectations through with us, and really these coaches have just brought us together over through these games and helped us learn what we're doing wrong and helped us fix it right away.
You guys were challenged against Belton in a tough loss on the season, but then it seemed like for us watching it and calling it from the press box, the halftime at Copper's Cove, it's almost like this defense, not the light came on, but it's our time. It's a time to fix it, and what a half that was. And since that point, this defense continues to get better and better. How much do you guys push each other in that, knowing the expectations you have from Coach Laux and these defensive coaches, and how much are you pushing each other to be better and to be in the right spots at the right time, and knowing you've got everyone around you helping?
I mean, man, there's lots of yelling, there's lots of arguing about where people need to be and what people are doing wrong from our leaders like Jesse and Tennyson, and from our DBs. We're correcting each other every time, and when we make a mistake, I mean, that's just not, we can't be doing that.
Now that you guys are starting to build this confidence, how much are you having fun in it? Now we're starting to trust the process, the coaches are pushing us, and the results are starting to show itself. Does it make it funner for you guys, and how much do you push each other to now keep getting better?
It makes it a lot more fun knowing that we're doing our job, knowing that we're winning these games, allowing not a lot of points, and just really taking over games with our style of play. And really, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
So we got Rouse coming in Friday night, and I'll ask you kind of the same question that I did Caleb. When you're watching film, are you seeing anything that's interesting about that Rouse offense that y'all are prepared? Obviously I can't talk about preparations, but just anything that we would be interested about any of their players on offense.
I mean, really, it's just that quarterback. We got to worry about that quarterback. He's slinging the ball. He's putting in the spots. We got to stay on our man for long periods of time. We got to make sure our defensive linemen take the right angles to him when he scrambles out of the pocket, and we got to get him down before he can throw the ball at all.
I talked to Cole Mitchell a couple of weeks ago about he loves to hit people, and he loves to hit them at a high volume and in a very heavy rate. You and Johnny Decker seem to have taken that attitude on it as the safeties out there doing the same thing. What's the challenge there? What's the joy in that? Is it do you love the run defense and to go up and try to find that running back, or is it to blow up a block to get someone else in position, or is it to make that tackle on a pass defense? What's your funnest part, and how much fun are you having trying to dislodge people from a ball that may have it that come in your path?
I mean, for me and Johnny, it's really different between us. Like, he's more of a passive tackler. I'm more of an active tackler. Like, I just love going to hit people. I just love going straight at him, just helmet to helmet, contact all day, every day. And Johnny's, like, just passive. Like, he'll get low, he'll take him down, and that's just all we need out here.
This defense, as it continues to grow, as you guys start to form that defensive backfield, Cade and Jihad, and then some of the offensive players we've seen jump back there with Braylon Westfall last week, a couple of others, you guys seem to start building this trust. Even with some of the offensive players coming out to assist on a game like this, we may see that a lot in a Rouse team that likes to sling the ball down the field. How big is that for you guys to have that trust at all points, no matter who comes on and who the coaches put out there with you?
I mean, that's really big, knowing that when they go out there, I can trust that they know what they're doing and they can do their job correctly, that I'm sure we'll allow like very little points with them out there and no passes hopefully completed.
In your senior year, right?
I'm a junior.
Junior?
Yes.
Johnny's the senior.
Johnny's a junior too.
Both safeties?
Yes.
Oh, man. Okay, now I got some time to figure this out. Now, you talk to some of these seniors. They have this, they're getting ready, they're enjoying soaking it in their senior year. When it's over, this is over.
Yep.
As a junior coming in as a starter, it's an opportunity for you to know I'm going to battle for 2 years to be back here and run this defense. What have you enjoyed the most in coming in, fighting for a position at the safety position as a junior this year? What have you enjoyed the most, and how much are you taking in and feeling that leadership from the senior class to help prepare you become that leader next year?
I really just enjoyed the competition that the leaders have between all the players, and they know that they're the leaders, but they also know that someone can come take their spot any day of the week. If they do bad, they gotta work at it. And even though they have that or captain, even though they're like the leaders of their squad, like people are still there and they can come after them.
What's the motivation? What keeps Reagan Bollinger motivated each and every week to battle for his job and to, at the same time, challenge his teammates around him to be better so y'all can be the best defense out there? It's
really just knowing that if I make a mistake at DB, it's probably going to be a touchdown. And if someone goes in and they do good, like there goes my spot. Like I'm done. So.
You enjoying the junior year?
I am enjoying my junior year, yes.
How much are you able to absorb in all of this and all the lessons and all the video and everything you guys watch and work with the coaches? How much are you able to absorb as a junior from some of these seniors that are going to be gone next year to trust to take on that leadership role in yourself?
I mean, attention to detail and really just stepping up and, like, getting the energy up in practice and in games, just all combined. Like, if I can just get my energy up, I can get the whole team's energy up, and we can really just go out and put some work in.
What's the class load like in your junior year?
Ooh. It's a little different from Caleb's. It's really bad. It's bad. We got a lot of hard classes. I'm taking 2 AP classes, 2 on-rims classes, and then I got a couple like blow-off classes. But I'm having homework every night.
So you're going to enjoy a fall break where you're going to get some downtime.
Yeah.
Do you get a break from the homework, or is it going to be catching up?
I got to catch up. I got a lot of homework to do still. But we're hoping for somewhat of a break, yeah.
Is it those offensive guys that get the easy schedule, or what?
I don't know. I don't know.
What drives off the field? Is this the first time we've been able to talk to you? And I'm excited. I know this roster pretty good. For some reason, I had you as a senior, so I'm excited we're going to get to talk to you again in the future. And I plan on that because of watching what you've done back there and the role that you guys have started to step into, you and Johnny at the safety position. If we don't find you on the football field, if we don't find you in the practice field, in the weight room, what motivates you? What drives you? What do you do to recharge or get yourself when you get to relax? What are you gonna do? Where do we find you?
Sleeping probably. I mean, I like sleeping. I like resting and like doom scrolling, watching TikTok, all that stuff. I mean, but I just like being active though. So like I'll go play tennis with my dad. I'll play pickleball. I'll go on hikes. Like I like mountain biking. Like I just.
Who wins in tennis
stuff.
against your dad?
Who wins in tennis? Oh, he beats me all the time. Yeah.
Pickleball.
Yes.
I thought that was just for old people like David Gonzalez, so I'm going to have to figure that out. So, sorry, David. I just saw you when I said pickleball. My bad. But he does it for his wife just to make her happy, so it's all good. Shout-outs before I let you get out of here? Dave's got one. Hold on. Don't save your shout-outs.
Okay.
I got the other question.
Yeah. It's if your mom played football.
Oh.
What position?
What position?
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier when you asked Coach Griffin. She would definitely be a linebacker. She's built like a linebacker, not like in like a bad way, but she would hit some people. Definitely.
Like Cole Mitchell type linebacker?
Like Cole Mitchell,
hit
yes,
you and knock your head off?
Yes.
Tell you what, that linebacker course starting to get fun to watch too. Gavin Smith laying people out as well. So you guys talk about that amongst yourself. We can't go to shout-outs yet. I got to tell you, this linebacker core likes to hit.
Yes.
Easton Smith's come in lately and made some big plays and likes to hit. Gavin Smith, Cole Mitchell, you and Johnny. How much fun is that? Do you guys talk about that, or do you just challenge each other to be that impact player that's going to get the big hit or the big tackle or the big play?
I feel like it's kind of like an inner competition for us. Like I'm checking max preps every week to see if I'm still leading tackles, and Gavin actually surpassed me over the past week.
Uh-oh.
And that a little bit. I'm going to try and get him.
Now we know the Rouse motivator is going to be the tackle lead for Mr. Bollinger. So.
It's a 9.590. That'll help you out, right?
Yes.
In that, how much fun do you guys live in that theory of the 9.590 and challenge yourselves as a defense to swarm to the ball and to make sure that the tackle is made and you guys shut this offense down that you're facing?
I mean, that's really like our whole goal. Like, it's do your job and then get to the football. That's what Coach Locks always tells us, and that's basically what we're trying to live by out here.
All right. Any shout-outs before I let you get out of here?
Johnny Decker, my parents, Fielding Garner, yeah, and then Jihad, Cade, JB. This guy's great in film. He knows everything. Schwab. I mean, a lot of people, Coach Laux, Coach Griffin. I shout out my whole team. They're like my brothers out here. I got real close to them real quick, and that's just, I love it out here.
Number 20, Reagan Bollinger, your safety for your Georgetown Eagle defense. We'll let him get down, and then we will find him. It's time. Offensive, defensive trivia. Tonight it is UFC 2010 to the present. I may have outskirted that years a few, but because there's some things in there. But we'll come back. We'll have offense and defense going at it. They are tied on the season 2-2, and they will go to battle over UFC trivia when we come back at Camp Briteside. Stay with us.
Visit Camp Briteside and enjoy great food and drinks in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drinks, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Ranch Road, 2338 Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the host of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show each Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food and fun like nowhere else in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
For all the fly fishing, hunting, and outdoor enthusiasts, River and Ranch Provisions is your one-stop shop for the gear you need. River and Ranch offers a large selection of outdoors and hunting supplies. Cody, Brad, Sam, and Tim have put together a high-end outdoors outfitter with high-quality services to make everyone feel welcome and important, regardless of your experience level. Come see what we have to offer at 807 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown or visit our website at rrpgtx.com.
Visit Camp Briteside.
All right, back for trivia. Woo, that is loud. Kill that a little bit. Offense and defense, it's UFC. I got to keep them hidden so y'all can't see them. All right, the introductions.
Reagan Bollinger, safety.
Jackson Bates, safety.
Number 20.
Number 24, Jack Shaw, D-line, 95.
Caleb McDougal, QB, number 12. Cobo Madre, wide receiver, number 4.
Xavier Warren, receiver, number 7.
And newly committed to Texas State University, Xavier Warren. I told him, I'm excited. I already got a call in. They play at Texas next year, October the 5th. I got a call into my buddy. Me and my son try to go to games. He graduated from Texas State. So we're excited. All right, here we go, UFC, number 1. Are y'all ready for the hands? Y'all got to watch that. Who holds the longest UFC title reign of all time? 2006 to 2013.
Floyd Mayweather.
Negative.
John Jones.
Incorrect. Any parents? No. Anderson Silva. Question number 2. Who holds the longest women's UFC title reign of all time?
Ronda Rousey.
Nope. Y'all have a guess? It is not Ronda Rousey.
I don't know. I thought you said you knew. I don't. We got nothing. Yeah, we got nothing. We're terrible.
Amanda Nunes. She's the one that knocked out Ronda Rousey. when she came back after the super kick to the head. Nunez knocked her out. Who has the most UFC title fight wins?
John Jones.
That is correct. I was waiting to see if someone went back to John Jones. I had one of his. Who owns the UFC record for most significant strikes landed in their career? What does that mean? Just good punches. But it's a current fighter.
Mighty Mouse.
No.
Conor McGregor.
No. It is Max Holloway. 3,655 in case you were counting. What's the score? 1-1? 1-0. Oh, yeah, they didn't. Ooh. At number 5. Did anybody watch UFC this past week? Nope. Y'all picked UFC. Who won the light heavyweight championship Saturday night in Las Vegas? God, I did a current question.
It's on Netflix.
Jake Paul versus Logan Paul.
Light heavyweight championship was won Saturday in Las Vegas by who?
Creed versus Reagan.
Charles Oliveira.
No. No. Defense, can they use outside help? No. Any guess?
I don't even know who
He
fought.
was watching college football too. No.
I got no idea.
You were on the right track. Alex. Yes. No, it's not a point. Defense wins again. 1-0. So defense now actually leads 3-2 on the weekly.
Might know. Pick something we might know.
What is the subject matter?
It's like golf or something. Golf was fun. JB.
He said Olympic.
Oh, we got it.
Yep.
Heisman winners.
Oh, all right. NCAA Heisman winners. All time. Yeah, it's open. All right. So defense has now taken the lead 3-2 in the Coaches Show trivia. We'll take a timeout, and we'll come back, close it out. It's the Coaches Show live from Camp Briteside. Stay with us.
For all the fly fishing, hunting, and outdoor enthusiasts, River and Ranch Provisions is your one-stop shop for the gear you need. River and Ranch offers a large selection of outdoors and hunting supplies. Cody, Brad, Sam, and Tim have put together a high-end outdoors outfitter with high-quality services to make everyone feel welcome and important, regardless of your experience level. Come see what we have to offer at 807 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown or visit our website at rrpgtx.com.
Visit Camp Brightside and enjoy great food and drinks in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Brightside is not just great food and drinks, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and outdoor stage. Camp Brightside is located at 8701 Ranch Road 2338 Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Brightside is the host of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show each Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food and fun like nowhere else in Georgetown, visit Camp Brightside and stay a while.
Back live here at Camp Brightside. We get ready to close it out. Friday night, 5 o'clock, pulled pork sliders. G10.
Yep.
G10, the sponsor for a Friday night. Come out to the tailgate, 5 o'clock. be loud, man. Have some fun. It is a great opportunity to mingle with other fans. Some of the coaches' wives come out, and we all wait for the players to make the trek across from the school to the field house there on at Birkelback Field. And it's just fun to be a part of that. And so come out and enjoy it. 5 o'clock and have a dinner there. And
Where?
That's somewhere at Birkelback Field. It's over by the you can't park behind the stadium. Just go over by the baseball field, park, walk by.
So, for those that haven't ever been to the tailgate, it's that baseball building behind the left field.
And we got 3 weeks in a row of it. So it's going to be important to come out, and be ready to go. The band last week was there when we were there against Leander. They came out and did a great job of being there, lining it up. There was a ton of people out there with the band to welcome the guys coming through, and it just gets the fuel started, the fire going for those young men. And so come out and join us. G10 will be the sponsor, and we got to give a shout-out to Camp Briteside. They welcome us in each and every week here on the patio, and it's a fun time to come and talk football and enjoy it with the boys, and got to talk to, thanks to Caleb McDougall, to Reagan Bollinger, our two guests tonight, and to Coach Griffin for always coming out and talking to us about Eagle football. But it's fun, and I tell you what, the boys are on a roll, and so come join us Friday night. It's at home against the Rouse Raiders. We'll be on the big side of the stands this week, and then it's a road game in the far side of the stadium on the 17th against Eastview, and then back home against the Glen Grizzlies on the 24th. And so a run of staying home, short drives to the field, and come out and support these kids as they continue to work hard for your enjoyment on Friday night football.
And Mr. McDougall mentioned something about Madeline Schultz.
When you come out to the tailgate, all the donations given for the food at the tailgates over the next 3 weeks will go to the Madeline Schultz Foundation, Scholarship Foundation. And so everything you give in the bucket there just goes to an even better cause to continue to honor the memory and the legacy of Madeline Schultz and what she meant to this athletic training community and this Georgetown High School community and the Schultz family. Appreciate your support. And so come out and throw some money in the bucket there and sharing a good meal and a good time with other fans and family and friends to welcome these boys across, and then go into the stadium and enjoy what should be a great football game with another performance by your Georgetown Eagles as they sit at 4-1 on the year, 2-0 in district, and a great run ahead of them. They have some challenges to face. You still got big games. You got Rouse, you got Eastview, you got Cedar Park at the end of the year, and you can't look past anyone in the district. They'll always jump up and bite you when you're not expecting it.
Yeah,
so
come out, support the kids. Friday night football in Texas is the best, but the stadium can be very, very loud on defense, and that's what we want. Support these kids and make some noise on defense, and then crickets when Caleb's got the ball.
Exactly right. Thanks for joining us tonight at Camp Briteside. Thank you to Camp Briteside and the staff for all your help, your support, and willingness to bring the Eagle Nation Coaches Show live here on the patio. For Dave, for me, Wally, for all our sponsors, to Coach Griffin, thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. To Kelly up in Lansing, Michigan, miss you, buddy.
Nice
we'll
weather.
see you Friday night. Tomorrow night, freshmen play at Georgetown High School, 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock. I'll be out there for the 5 o'clock game. My nephew plays for Rouse, so hopefully he's healthy and has fun as he maybe just gets beat up. But I'll be out there cheering for him and Georgetown at the same time. And then they play at 5 and 7. JV will be at Gupton.
Yes.
Gupton Stadium tomorrow. Oh, at the Rouse High School. Okay, at Rouse High School, JV tomorrow, 5 and 7. And then Friday night, Birkelback Field, 7 p.m. If you can't be there in the stands, join us live here on the SHN YouTube channel. It'll be live and free of charge. 6:15 pregame, 7 o'clock will be the kickoff for Georgetown football. Thanks for joining us tonight. Remember, it doesn't cost you a dime to be kind. Have a good night, everybody.